One, two, three, and we are on the go. Right now, it's something like that with Nav. Well, today's show, I wanted to start it off something with a new style. I just wanted to have some beatboxing going on, me doing the beatboxing thingy. I planned it well. It was all fine in my head, in front of the mirror. I practiced it, and I assumed that it was going to be good until I hit the record button on my phone just to listen to how I sounded like. And I just discovered something. I sounded like shit when it comes to beatboxing. So I'm just going to give up that whole idea of doing beatboxing. But instead, what I'm going to do is have somebody who actually knows everything about beatboxing, who's been, eating, sleeping, breathing, talking, walking, beatboxing for a while now. And you might know him. Of course, anybody in the beatboxing circuit in Malaysia definitely know him. It's Emin. Emin, my man.
Hello.
How you doing, dude?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Wonderful as always. Every day is a brand new day for me, and it's good to see you, man. It's been a while, right?
Glad to be here. Thank you for having me, man.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. It's my pleasure to have you. I've been always wanting to talk to you about the stuff that we're going to chat tonight. I've seen you perform many times, and till today, till this very day, I am still in awe. I feel like a kid right now who's super excited. When you kids, you get a new toy or you see something different, you get so excited and you just want to have it more and more. That's how I feel right now when it comes to beatboxing. You've been in the beatboxing business for a very long time, right?
I would say so. I
think how long have you been?
I think about 8 years now. 8 years.
8 years. Yeah. How did it start for you, man? I'm not going to ask you your age. Don't worry. I'm going to keep it a secret. But
how it started off.
It
actually is. It's quite weird because I actually started off. Believe it or not, I just wanted to learn the drums. I just wanted to go. Yeah, I wanted to actually learn the drums back in school. And I went to my mom and was like, "Hey, mom, I just want to pick up an instrument." But I thought guitars were too generic, so I thought like drums, because why not? And so she took me to this place in SS15. So I was still in grade 1, but before the exam, usually they will like give you some training and some classes and stuff before the exam. So just before that, I realized that wait, I do not have a drum set at home to practice on or anything. So I thought, okay, what if I just mimic them with my mouth lah? Try lah. Okay, we just try and see. So I actually did not know what I was doing. Trust me, it was nothing so great. It was really horrible until a friend of mine noticed what I was doing and he was like, "Hey, are you beatboxing? Is that what you're doing?" And I'm like, "Wait, what do you mean beatboxing?" Like, it's like whatever you're doing. And then it's just like, and I had no idea. So as soon as I got back home, went on YouTube, searched for beatboxing videos, and boom, my mind was just blown away. I was like, wow. So I just stopped the drumming classes straight away. I was just like, you know what? It's all right. I'll take this journey instead.
No, but the thing is this: you want to do beatboxing, right? Isn't it like supposed to have like some samples or somebody to teach you something like that, or is this just imitating something, some beat or music? Is that how it is?
Not so actually, because it's not like you need to have a particular requirement to start beatboxing. Actually, anyone can start, because you see, you have a mouth, you have a throat, you have your nose, your tongue. So look, everyone has that. Okay, unless you're never mind. But yeah, you get the idea. Everyone has this stuff, right? So actually, it's just that we haven't discovered the potential of using this particular muscles in our throat and mouth and tongue to actually make certain sounds. But it is definitely in our nature that we imitate certain sounds, right? Like sometimes, I'm sure back in school, any of you guys, when you're trying to replicate the club, you just do like, I'm sure some people do that. So that's how I feel like anyone can actually just jump on beatboxing. That you don't need to have a certain thing or whatever. You can jump in and just start learning the basics and take off from there. Figure out what other sounds you want to add on it. There's no right or wrong. So
that's it.
Like
trust me. You just simplified the entire thing, man. I've seen you do stuff on stage, which is like, it's like impossible for any human beings to do that. It's like, and you said it was what, the throat, the tongue, and the lips. That's about it.
Yeah,
the three tools that you need.
Even sometimes some people for some sounds they use the nose as well. But yeah, actually that's about it. It's nothing's too complex. But yes, when you want to talk about sound designing, when you want to talk about what kind of sounds or how you want to execute this sounds in certain ways, yes, then there are a few things you need to like experiment with the muscles in your throat, your lips, your tongue, etc., etc. But really, it's not that hard. Like even for you right now, I can even just show you the basics. What are the three basic sounds that most people start with when it comes to beatboxing? Because
Okay, please do it, but don't expect me to follow it because I just don't want to embarrass myself. I listened to myself a moment ago and I said, no way I'm ever going to touch this stuff. So give me a sample, just a basic
okay,
sample of it.
all right. Usually the most generic thing, okay, the most generic way people start beatboxing with is if you search on the internet, it's basically boots and cats. All right, that's what everyone starts with. Okay, reason why it's the plosives that you actually focus on when you say boots and cats. For example, boots, right? Because the B represents the bass, right? The bass kick, and then hats. When you end it with the TS, that's actually the hi hat, and then when you say cats, you focus on the cat cat, so that gives you the snare. So just like that, you get boots and cats and boots and cats. But obviously, when you remove the vocals, to actually say the word, you get boots and cats and boots and cats and boots. So that's it. That just like that, you've already got somewhat the basics, like just really really the early on basics of beatboxing.
My boots and cats. Okay, I'm
Yeah,
definitely practicing that tonight. But I don't know, man. I'm just too. I'm not confident enough to do that. But of
yeah,
course, that was the basic of it, right? And
yeah.
for you, as a person who's been imitating it from the early stages when you just started off, did you like have to go to like some school or just be with some people to take it to another level? I'm pretty sure there's various stages when it comes to beatboxing, right?
Yeah, there are definitely various stages. There'll be like the beginners and all that. You know the idea. But there was no school, but there was definitely a community that I wasn't aware of during I believe the first few weeks when I was experimenting, really embarrassing myself in front of the computer screen, in front of YouTube videos, because I will look at this. I remember this guy. What was his name again? Hikakin, this Japanese beatboxer, right? And he
Okay.
used to imitate Skype calls, Super Mario, the theme song and stuff. So I'm like, it's interesting that like how is he doing this sound effects, And then I ventured further and I found Michael Winslow. I'm sure the guy you know
Yeah.
from Police
Police
Academy, right?
Academy. Yeah.
So he imitates all these different sounds, and I used to be so intrigued and confused, like how are they actually executing such sounds? So unfortunately, back then there was not much tutorials when I first started off. There were a few, but they don't cover these kind of sounds. And but the thing is, like once you know the basics, where do you go next? So I'm just like, okay, I just go and just click on those videos and I just pause and play and repeat and try to imitate it. Like it was more like I was kind of failing a lot, to be honest. So I was just really trying and trying until I nailed that sound and or somewhat kind of got the idea of it. Then I just kept it, and then I searched online if there was a community, anyone that beatboxed in Malaysia, because I really wasn't aware until I found a group called Beat Nation on Facebook. And then I just joined in and met some new friends. And turned out they were really nearby back when I was in Subang, right? So there was actually a lot of them. And that's from sorry, excuse me.
But
From
Beat
there,
Nation, this was Cody, ABC, and so on, right?
right. Coex or
Okay.
Cody,
Okay.
ABC, yeah. So that was the time where I was like, oh, there's actually lots of people here, and I was like, okay. So they have this, like they call it huddles or meetups at Summit Pyramid. I remember those days. So when I first went there, I just noticed like, wow, like there's a lot of us. Okay, it was quite a lot of us. I think it was like 20 of us sitting in like all combined. Like we just combined a few tables and we're just sitting all of them like in a row, and everyone is just beatboxing. Trust me, some of us were not sure what we were doing. We're just making random noises. So you can imagine like passerby just walking past by and just going like what are these people doing? You know, like we had no shame. You know, we had no shame at all. And that's when they said like, hey, there's a competition coming up, like at the Curve, yeah. And that was the first battle that I've ever joined, the first beatbox battle I've ever joined, and it was in 2012. So that's when I was like, okay, these guys are like my family. Like I want to stick around with them. I want to learn as much because we exchange sounds. There'll be some sounds that I picked up that some of them never heard of, you know, or there'll be like, you know, vice versa. And then we'll be like, okay, you know what? Let's exchange. I'll teach you how to do this. You teach me how to do that, and that's how we improve together. You know.
Okay, when you
So
say the competition that took place in at the Curve 2012, which competition was this again?
I believe the name was it. Wait, Beat Blast. Yeah, Beat Blast.
Okay, all right, good. Because I remember watching you during TYGS, one of the performances down there.
Right. TYGS.
Yes, that's
yeah, TYGS. I think I was 2 years in. Yeah, 2 years in, I think. Wait.
Really? It was only 2 years in?
Wait. Which TYGS? Because I remember there was two of it, if I'm not mistaken. There was a recent one,
Yeah, the
right?
one they had. No, this is way a little earlier than that. It was somewhere at the Curve also, at the Curve, some time back. I just can't recall which year
Is it
but
at the
I think it's
laundry?
somewhere around.
The laundry bar.
Yes. I think
Yeah,
it was there. Laundry bar.
Wow. Wow. Okay, yeah. That was okay. That was still my early stages, man. That was like
Really? That was
Yeah.
early? Dude. You sounded
Yep.
like a pro back then. I mean, of course, for a person who doesn't know much about beatboxing, that sounded like professional for me. Because, like I said earlier, there aren't many beatboxers back in, to say, my generation. Because I remember the earliest person was Yogi B back in, I think it was
Yep.
92 somewhere when he won the competition in somewhere in the Central Market. He was the pioneer of beatboxing. You don't
He
really
was the
hear much,
legend.
even though there were a few people doing it, but he was the guy who came out with all the scratch sounds and I don't know the bass and the snares or whatever you call it, hi hats. He was the
Yeah.
only one doing. But right now, your generation, I would want to say your generation, but your community right now has grown tremendously, right?
Yeah.
It's a huge group, right?
It actually spiked up real hard. Actually, wow, it's actually, now that I come to think of it, it's amazing. It's really amazing to see. Okay, from what I remembered, when I first joined the community, there was about 500 members, right? And
Wow.
now oh man, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's like up to 10,000. If I'm not mistaken, 10,000.
You are kidding me.
Yeah, I have.
This is what worldwide. I'm talking about Malaysia only.
No. Malaysia, like Malaysia on its own, like it's.
You are kidding me. 10,000.
I need to double check. I need to double check on this because I believe it was 10,000. Like,
Dude,
I
if
remember.
if you're saying above 1,000, that's even that's
sorry,
a big deal.
sorry. My mistake. 2.4. 10,000 was way too much. It was 2,400. Okay, yeah.
No, but
2.4.
still, 2,400 beatboxers in the country. It's big, man. It's huge.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
massive.
I know we have rappers, we have DJs, we have beat makers, and so on. But beatboxers, I did not know that, man. That's a huge group. That's a huge group.
Yeah,
And
it's
because
massive.
in my line of work, you only come across that 5 names when it comes to beatboxing on stage and so on. It's like about 5, 6 names, and not that many. One of it is definitely yours. And but now that you are telling me there's 2,400 people, man, that is a lot of guys who's going to be fighting for jobs right now.
Yeah. It's crazy. Like,
but the thing is about beatboxing is, is it limited to only battles and performances? I mean, how many where can I actually showcase that beatboxing side of you? I mean, you have the community, yes, you do it among your friends just to learn new skills, and of course you participate in battles, and apart from that you also have performances. People do hire you for showcases and so on, but is that the only thing that's only scope of places that you can go?
not really. Okay. Definitely one of the main ones, right, is battling, performances. Yes, you're right. That's definitely true. But there is more. There is more that you can do. For example, in the production line, some people actually do like I know this Russian beatboxers. They're twins. You see, they call Matt twins. What they did was they actually sampled each and every sounds that they could do, and compiled it together as like a sound pack, and they actually sell it for those producers who needs like a more refreshing kind of drum kits to play around with when they're making the next song. You see,
Okay.
and um, there's even some that I knew from France. His name is Saro, and he specializes with the loop station. Are you aware of what a loop station is?
Yes, of course.
Yeah,
I'm not that
yeah.
bad, lah, but can.
Okay. I just had to make sure. Some people when I explain like, this is loop station, they're like, loop
Okay,
station.
for those who have no idea what's a loop station, let me simplify it to you in the most easiest way possible. The most simple way is a box. You have buttons on it. You record. There's number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. You just record in each of it, and then you play back according to your whatever style you want to do it. Right? Correct?
Yeah, I mean, it just loops and loops. You can basically add
Yeah.
tracks on top of each other. So if you just record like, if I want to demonstrate, if I just record like a and then I just click on the button, it will loop that without me having to do that, and I can add other sounds, so it becomes like, and the list goes on and on. So
whenever you do that, it's like I just try to like understand the science behind that. Okay, later on I'm going to ask you to do a demo, but so we're back again to that Saro guy.
Yeah,
Okay,
Saro.
well,
So he used these loop stations, and he actually performed for like big concerts, and the thing is with the loop station, all right, like the RC505 from Boss, you're able to bring your beatboxing to a whole new level. Like it's a a totally different spectrum. You can actually add effects to it live. So you can add a flanger to it, so it makes your sound like distort a little bit to a different frequency. You can really mess around with the sound live. So you can actually do a 30-minute show, a whole 1 hour show without a single issue. So that's another way. And I've seen some talented beatboxers even do some tracks for gaming companies. Some games, they have like a backtrack playing in the main menu or whatever.
yeah.
So yeah, some of them just make the tracks just fully beatbox, just to keep it like fresh and not so formal. Like there's usually
Okay.
yeah,
It's not too formatted, lah.
yeah, right. So there's actually tons of ways of how they earn money, and there's a way to actually bring your beatboxing to the world, to the market, on what you can do with it besides just battling and performing all day.
Okay. I learned something new today. But in terms of music, creating sounds and so on, has there ever been cases where people actually produce a song based on beatboxing? Because I know beatboxers who sing and rap and so on, but coming up with a whole track entirely,
Yes.
is that a possibility? Maybe I'm not aware of it, but enlighten me a bit.
Definitely. Okay, you see, there's for example, we start off with a legend. Back in the 1990s, there was Razel, all right, and
Okay.
he's one of the real big legends as well, in the same line as Michael Winslow, but his style was singing, like actually singing while beatboxing, making a full piece just pure beatboxing, and that was amazing. Like there was one really, really famous, I'm sure every single beatboxer or person might know, is If Your Mother Only Knew. That piece was beautiful. And Michael Jackson, surprisingly as well, some people don't know, but Michael Jackson was heavily influenced in beatboxing for some of the songs he made, like Billie Jean.
Okay.
Because you see, beatboxing, it's more like you have an idea. Besides going like, okay, I have to somehow, like, how can you like write it down? How can you actually put it down to words, or to even an audio note, without trying to imitate or make some, like some people don't even beatbox, they just do like some they don't do it properly, but
Steven Tyler does that all the time.
yeah, exactly. And yeah, it's crazy. There's actually a lot of very talented artists that incorporate beatboxing for their tracks. It's very, very impressive to see to what extent they can bring it. It serves as a foundation. And then I forgot to mention the one more person, Timbaland. Timbaland is, when he worked with Justin Timberlake, those were amazing, because he actually got the lay of beatboxing down as the main idea, and then he replaced it, or just sometimes not replace it, but just add actual instruments on top of it in the production. So it really sounds very full and very rounded. It gives so much energy and it's very fresh, very refreshing to hear. So it's
I think that
definitely
that one that can be heard through his song with even with Nelly Furtado. Some of the tracks that
right.
just can't remember the track, but I remember that the one particular song he had that feel of beatboxing in that at
Right.
at the starting stage of the song. Even he did that on the Timberland is famous for that. His
Right.
beats, everybody knows he has this distinctive sound. So,
Yeah.
but over here in let's say in Malaysia, has anyone actually released tracks? I believe I think there might be, if I'm not mistaken. But are they really venturing into that or getting into that fully, or is just for the fun of it?
I've actually seen a few here and there. From what I can remember right at the top of my head, I remember there's one that Coax made recently called Hollow. Is on Spotify. The thing about it has about 300,000 listeners on that track itself. So
Yes.
I remember that piece was just fully beatbox, and as soon as he brought it into the production line, added a few instruments here and there to really like enhance it, and it was just mind blowing. And then there was I can't remember right now actually, but I remember there was a few, but it didn't take off. It didn't take off so well because they could have done so much more, but it's they probably just like limited themselves in a way, and they just didn't. I wouldn't say they weren't that creative, but they could have just really pulled it off much better. But I guess they were trying to play safe or something, because maybe they realize sometimes when you just add a pure beatbox track, it's sometimes can sound pretty stale, if
Okay.
if you work with the wrong person, because to actually bring out the sounds and to actually make it sound spectacular and complement each other with other instruments without it like sounding like it's fighting against each
Okay.
other, if you get what I mean.
Okay.
So yeah,
So you're just going to have parts of it, and you've got to make sure the music that's accompanying the beatboxing has to actually complement each other. You just
right.
can't just throw everything in, right?
Yeah,
Okay. But have you
you
tried coming
can.
up?
Yeah,
Really?
actually, yes. We on the first, earlier one, yes, you can. And I am actually working on something where it's just purely beatbox, but there will be some effects that is not beatbox, just to give it a little flavor, just
Okay. But
but it
but I've seen you do it even in some of your Insta posts. For the fun of it, you're doing it. And as a matter of fact, you're also part of a team called PMJ, right? You have
right.
coax in it, and you have a rapper in there.
Yeah,
I don't know. I feel so bad these days that I keep forgetting names. It's not that I'm getting old. It's just that I have so many names in my head right now. So
I
when it
get you,
comes
no
to the
worries.
part that telling it, I just slip my mind. It kind of slips my mind. So you have PMJ going on. So as
Right.
a group, when you perform as a group, of course you have your own materials. But do you do covers with the sound of beatboxing in that?
Oh yeah, for sure. Covers is one way to give us that freedom where we can do our best to replicate the track, because sometimes there's too much details that we can't catch. But sometimes we just capture the main element just to get to the point where people can recognize, oh, that is that song that they're trying to cover, right? And we sometimes do, I wouldn't say do a remix, but we just change it up a little bit just to put our version on it, our taste on it. So with PMJ, back in the day, we would actually just go, hey, there's this Iggy Azalea beat, I forgot what was the song name, but we just go randomly. What we do is we just go on YouTube, we find what's trending, what's hot, we take that, and then we just break it down. And me and Cody, we would just be like, okay, I will do the bass line, I'll do the melodies, he will do the drums, right? So because I can't do both at the same time, it will cut off some of the sounds, because in the end I just have one mouth, I'm
Oh
limited in
yeah.
a way. So he will do certain of the sounds that I can't do together with the melody, and that's when Regan just comes in, just raps, and and there you go, we have a complete set right there. Just so we do little snippets called PM jams, so we just like upload a 1 minute video every Monday back in the day. Yeah.
Yeah, I used to follow that. I used to follow that a lot, man. That's where I kind of got more fascinated with the stuff that you do. But another question is, when you said earlier you are limited, you have this limited sounds that you can create. How many sounds can a single person actually make in beatboxing, man? Because, like I said, I cannot believe every time I see a beatboxer, especially when it comes to battles or showcase, it's like you basically have about 7, 8, 10 instruments in their mouth, and they just go on, man. And to top it up, they even sing on the track while
Right.
doing the beatboxing. So, how many? What's the limit to it so far? What's the
Wow.
record? Like?
Right now, I don't think anyone has put a number on it yet. Like, go like, okay, like, we'll say this guy can do eight lah. Like that's not really an exact number, but
Okay.
oh man, it's quite surprising. I've seen someone do 10 to 12 beats in a second. But I wouldn't say he's doing it at the same time, but the time interval that he's doing it is like, I think I would say in a second, literally in a second. Like each microsecond there's a sound coming out. You get what I mean? So but if you're talking about multiple sounds at the same time, most probably three. I think I haven't seen anyone go more than that. I've probably seen a few, but 3 to 4 at the same time.
And you, how many do you push yourself to?
At the same time, I guess uh 2 to 3. I couldn't do 4. I tried it, I hurt myself really bad in the throat once.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was like, you know what, maybe that's just my limit.
I
2 to 3.
just wish I could actually give you samples of what the stuff that I hear or what I'm expecting, but unfortunately I can't. I really can't go anywhere close to it. So just give me a sample without hurting yourself, without abusing your throat or whatsoever. Just give me a sample of the furthest you go. This a clip of what, 3 seconds, 5 seconds.
Okay, like for example, if it's technicality where I'm mixing as much sounds as I can in 1 second, it's like
Okay.
if you just hear that is it's for you, it just sounds like one sound in that short span of time, but actually it's multiple things happening. So there's 4 sounds.
Oh my God.
So obviously I started off as doing, and then I go faster and faster and faster. I practice every day, so and then it just eventually, and then
I'm the,
that's just one.
all I can say is this: I'm pretty sure you get the ladies excited, dude.
I haven't got any feedback, so I'm not sure about
Ladies,
that.
imagine if this is what they can do with the microphone in their mouth. You just do the math, lah. What happens behind the scenes, lah? So just think
Well,
about
apparently
it.
in the internet somewhere, someone said that beatboxers are the best kissers, but I'm not sure. I haven't got yet again.
Forget the kissing, dude. You can take it to another whole new level. Come up with your own version of Karma Beatbox. You should start up a chapter with that, man. It's like the stuff that you can do with your mouth and your sound.
Well, I guess
and
the mystery for them to find out.
I know. I'm pretty sure. Hopefully, the ladies who are listening to this, they'll start to explore it. But anyway, okay, speaking of beats that you're creating, but in terms of judging, the battle competitions, like you have so many competitions.
Right.
I mean, yes, you're battling one person against the other person. Yes, you have in terms of the performances, the stuff that you do, the additional sounds that you create, and then he fires back with something. He takes it a level higher. But how do they actually judge these battles? I mean, I'm pretty sure there's one-on-one, and then you have your solo performances. So based on what do they judge these beatboxing segments of it?
Okay, it's pretty simple. Okay, so usually we follow this single elimination kind of concept, or some people like to call it a knockout. Knockout concept, where we start off with either a top 32 or top 16, and we will work our way up to the finals, right, until we find a winner. But before that sequence starts, we usually start off with an elimination round, and it can vary from, it depends. Some events like to keep it at 1 minute 30 seconds, some 2 minutes, some even more. All right, so the rule changes in different events, but that's when actually the solo elimination is just to actually for them to showcase their what they can do, and to see. And for us, what we judge on is back when I was judging, we judge on four different factors, right? So the first one is musicality, the second one is originality, third one is technicality, and the last one is showmanship, right?
Okay.
So musicality, okay. I would say musicality is the hardest one to define because we all have different ideas, and we all of us individually have different ideas of music. So our taste is all different. So I would say it's based on the quality of how creative they can be with harmonies, melodies. You get what I mean? How well their structuring is. The rhythm, the tone, balance, and volume, all this kind of stuff. And technicality is how precise and how accurate they can pull off each sound clearly, like dynamically. Because sometimes, like what I demonstrated earlier, some beatboxers can go really fast, but
Okay.
the pronunciation is not clear. Some of the sounds are very soft, and you can't actually pick up what exactly they're trying to do. So technicality is one another thing, and the third one is originality. Originality is more it's actually quite obvious. It's like with the set of sounds that they have, sometimes it can make many beatboxes sound similar to each other, right? All of them will sound the same. So
Okay.
sometimes if you come up with your own unique rhythm or a unique sound that you have figured out on your own, that that really plays a huge part of your stuff. It's some people that likes to do covers. They don't really get a lot of original points, but when they switch it up, do something different, we will definitely give them some originality points, or but we won't give them full marks for it, because in the end of the day, it's not something that they actually created. Like, it's their own piece. And the final one, showmanship, it's more like the confidence of a beatboxer during a battle, or during the solo elimination, where how well they pull off the crowd control, the eye contact, stage presence, all that. Like what kind of energy they portray, all this kind of stuff. So these are the four factors that we usually like judge for beatbox battles.
Okay. Because that's something that I always wondered. It's like what exactly? Because for a common person who doesn't know anything about beatboxing, you see the stage, you see both competitors are really amazing. The stuff that they can do on stage, but in judging each and every detail of it, like you say, if you talk about rapping, you talk about singing competition, you can actually hear the difference. I mean, even DJ battles, the scratches, the mixes, the tempo, everything plays a role. But
Right.
beatboxing, that's another thing. And the ones that confuses me at all times is the one-on-one battle with the opponent. It's
Right.
like when you rap, you can just scold somebody or basically insult, mock, do whatever you want to say in words
Yeah,
where
yeah, yeah.
people understand. But here you are with beats fighting to the other guy, and the other guy comes back with another beat firing back at you, and you make it sound like as so you guys are actually having a conversation, which I still can't understand that, man.
We're technically communicating in a way, it's just alien language.
Yeah,
It's just
and that's
people.
something which I always enjoy. I love doing that. It's like this guy fighting the other guy. It's like you have something, your mother like this, like your father like that. Like it sounds like that when it comes to the beats, man.
Imagine some of the aunties, like in a place like Paradigm Mall or whatever. Some aunties will be sitting there in the corner and just be watching the beatbox battles and going like, "What the hell is going on?"
Exactly. That's the big puzzle of it. But anyway, in terms of this whole called beatboxing, there's two genres of it, right? Okay, for people who's into the hip hop, sorry, the beatboxing scene. There's of course in the hip hop scene, the culture. You need that's one genre of it, and the other one you have the dance beat or dance music. That's another genre for beatboxing, right? Two separate
Uh,
ones, or is it all together?
I don't think beatboxing can be just limited in only those two genres. Yes, the origins is definitely heavily influenced with hip hop, but there are actually tons of genres that you can that beatboxing can fit in. It can fit in EDM, it can fit in dubstep, it can fit in jazz. For all I know, country. Why not? Yeah, it's actually that you can't limit it. You can put it anywhere as long as you're able to replicate the sound and to arrange it that in such a way that that's meant for that particular genre. But your question earlier about beatbox battles, right? Sorry, I forgot to mention that when it's 1-to-1,
Uh huh.
it's actually a minute and a half each, right? 2 rounds, and yeah, I mean, definitely there are what we call counters. So basically, when the first opponent takes out something, and the second opponent can use the counter to just show him that like it's super easy to do that sound. You know, like sometimes what they like to do is, like, for example, when they do a particular beat, like, something simple like that, and then let's just say the round ends, and then when it's the other opponent's turn, they'll just do it back at them and just go like easy, and then they'll just continue with something else. And is in a way like, their way of countering and just saying, whatever the stuff that you do is easy, not really
Okay.
any chance.
The next time I'm going to check out a battle, I'm definitely going to pay attention to that part, man.
Yeah, they do have some signs and stuff, like, they tend to, if they show a peace sign, they just do like this. That means you're repeating the same routine again. You're not showing any new rhythms or new sets or whatever. Some of them like to do this. This means biting. That means you're copying another beatboxer's routine or a certain sound. Sometimes they do that, and actually all the time.
I did not know that. I seriously did not know that. I thought it was just the hand movements, like, yo, peace up, yo. Okay, then let's play with the Bengals right now. It's like, okay,
no,
there's a lot. There's sign languages to that too. Okay, see, we learn something new every day. Things that you don't really see.
There's this as
What is
well.
that? What is this?
That is apparently like the rhythm, the whole structure of the song is not going anywhere. There's no drop, there's no build up. It's just stale and it's just static. So then they'll just be like, it's boring. The crowd is not cheering. They'll just do that sometimes.
Okay, it's okay for the listeners who's listening via Spotify right now. I know you can't see the whole thing, but what Emin just did was he just placed his palm out and he had his fingers circling that palms. It's like when you go to Mama shop. Yeah, I mean, when you go to Mama shop, you want tosai, you just say, Mama, tosai satu. You do that. Okay, so it's something similar to that. That's the hand gesture. So if you see the beatbox battle, it's nothing to do with food, but it is boring. Can I use the word boring?
Yeah, boring. Yeah, just put boring. That's the best way to describe it, I guess.
Hi, man. See, things we learn again. But in terms of battles and competitions, the difference between having one down here locally and I'm pretty sure you're aware of all the international battles that goes on. How would you rate them? Are we way far behind, or we're just almost as close as them? We have room for improvement, or which is which?
I do. Okay, I've seen the international scene, right? Like there's always this one place that most people have this target. Like, for some people it's like to win a Grammy, or for beatboxing it's like, oh, I want to compete in that particular battle. And back then it was actually the World Beatbox Championship. It's like every beatboxer's dream to just be a champion of, you're the best in the world. You have that title if you win, right? But in order to even be qualified to enter, you need to be a champion in your country. Back then, that was how the rules were. But now, after some time, now it has transitioned to something even bigger. It's not the World Beatbox Championship anymore. It's called the Grand Beatbox Battle, and it's I think it is the biggest beatbox battle there is. It's really hyped and it gets tons of views. You can check out all the videos, the battles on YouTube. It's amazing. It's a whole new level. It's definitely a whole new level. Seeing different beatboxers represent different countries with their unique sounds, their unique taste of how they interpret some sounds, and arrange it in certain ways is amazing to see. It's really crazy. I would say, okay, for Malaysian beatboxers, we definitely we actually do have the potential. Like we definitely share that same excitement, same energy, right? But it's just that the community is just not it has to be way bigger, but I know that's going to happen very soon. It's not going to take so long.
Well, you got 2,400 people in the community right now. I believe it can grow.
It can definitely grow, and maybe the mistake that I said 10,000, I'm probably just predicting on what's actually going to happen. Yeah, it was just a forecast,
man. Yeah, but the thing is, like, let's say you want to grow the community right now. I'm pretty sure you need to get into, organizations, or I don't know, like what you said, you had Beat Nation. Are the other academies for people to just venture into this? Like for somebody who has no idea whatsoever, I just want to start doing beatboxing. Is there a possibility of getting into somewhere to do it?
Well, I mean, yes. Usually, not many people they're like, wait, I want to learn how to beatbox, and oh, I'm going to search for Beat Nation. Like they don't straight away just find that. Some of them don't really know. They're not really aware that there are some, there's actually a community, like the official community for Malaysia to get together and all that. To be honest, I wouldn't even say if it's official or not, but what they do is they make their small little tiny gangs and little groups, you see, like on WhatsApp, and it would just be all like, all their friends together in school or whatever. So we do notice there's actually a lot of these small little groups here and there, with their own different names, like Malaysia Beatbox Army. I don't know. It's actually quite a lot, but I just don't. There's always new ones every day. So, and they always, like, some just disbanded, some would just make another one in a span of few months. So it's very hard to catch up with it. But yeah, there's actually not. Some of them are really not aware there's only one place for them to. They can actually just start off with their own community, and eventually they'll come to find out about Beat Nation. But it's going to be like a bundle of them. They'll be joining us, and they'll be somewhat experienced in a way. You get what I mean? So they would
Yeah, yeah.
discover something, because you see, when you're in the same circle, you're kind of aware of what each and every beatboxer are able to pull off. Like you'd be like, oh, okay, I know this beatboxer makes this really amazing zipper sound, and
Okay.
I know this beatboxer that's really good at this particular genre, right? So when a new group like that comes in, it's actually very surprising to see their styles. Like, some of them don't do the basics very well, but the sounds that they come up with is so, I just can't describe it to you. It's so alien. It's like, how did you even find this? Like, what is this sound? So it's very, very, very interesting to see. But yeah, it's back to the thing. They can just start off anywhere, as long as they're in the group, and I'm sure they are definitely aware of the international scene, because I believe that's mostly where the inspiration comes from, to first, like, get them in, like, hooked into beatboxing or interested to even, like, try to do it. So they'll basically follow the international scene on YouTube or other platforms that they use.
Okay, but I'm going to go back a little bit right now. And a moment ago,
Yeah.
you said you had this international. When it comes to international competitions, to take part in that, you got to succeed in your territory first. But do we have competitions as such that gives you the credentials to be taken into the international level and participate in that?
The last that we had something official was back in 2012,
That's a long
which,
time ago, man.
that is definitely a long time ago. But we definitely had tons of battles in between, but there was not one that was the official Malaysian beatbox battle, beatbox championship. Not yet. There was actually Beat Nation was planning to actually do it this year, right? But unfortunately, the pandemic happened, and the plan was off. But I swear to you, everyone was very excited, because come on, like, after 8 years,
Yeah,
official,
it's a long wait because, and some more, it's the key for you to take it to the next level. I mean,
right?
going international, the recognition that you're going to have for that. But the $1 million question is this: I mean, we spoke a lot about beatboxing, the varieties, the competition, the battles, winning money out of the battles, and so on. But as a career, is there a possibility to make beatboxing your career down here? It's the same
Um,
question. I mean, I'm much expecting the same answer of, is it okay for you to be a musician? But okay, but as a beatboxer, how's that?
well, I mean, as a full time, it can be difficult, because just like, how for events there are definitely some seasons. Like they have the seasons where there'll be lots of festive occasions. So that's going to be like you know lots of malls having shows, or corporates having annual dinners and stuff like that. Yes, I mean, if you know how to market yourself right, and if you know how to find your way around to keep yourself relevant in the scene, so it's not just performances, but in other ways they can get an income out of it. You can pull it off, but it is definitely a challenge to keep it consistent. So even for me, I'm still in the journey yet. So I can't say that yes, you should be a full-time beatboxer or anything. You can do it, but there is definitely the risk, the pros and cons that you have to factor in. So um, I guess to be a full-time beatboxer is it's definitely a challenge. It's like a 50-50. You know, there's no
Okay.
promise that it's a viable future, but actually I think it will be a good transition to use beatboxing. If you really want to go full time, you can go full time as a beatboxer, but you can transition to something bigger later on. Like you can jump into production because of beatboxing. Like you can jump into other stuff. There is a lot of potential in beatboxing actually. If you just, like I said, if you just really know where you want to go, where you're heading, what's the big picture. If you just beatboxing on its own, you can actually go to the like Grand Beatbox Battle, win the competition. You'll be recognized around the world for being that champion, and you can definitely get shows around. So it depends on how good you are, how good you can market yourself.
It comes as a package.
Yeah, it comes as a package.
But just out of curiosity, this is for the future beatboxers who's planning to get on board, and of course they need an excuse to tell their parents. The range, the rough range of how much does a beatboxer charge for a show, from the lowest to the highest. Do you have any idea on that part? Because I'm just considering a new career, man.
Actually, there's no fixed price.
A rough range from the lowest to the highest.
A range, okay, it can go as low as 200. It can go as high as 5,000, 6,000. It depends.
That's a nice figure. That's a very nice figure.
It really depends on how what's your reputation, what's your skill level, what are your achievements,
Yeah, it's just like any other professions in the art and entertainment scene. But it is a good figure anyway, I must say. Forget the 200 part, but for college students or high school students who just want to make some extra pocket money.
Sorry, I forgot to add on the free exposure as well.
That is the biggest bad word in my books. Okay,
that's where I started off. 2 years, I was just doing that back when I first started learning. It's just like
I always hated that, man. I always hated that. They still do it. They still do it, bro. Come on, bro. It's a new one, bro. Is expose yourself, bro. You got potential clients. Don't worry. We'll count the next one. The next one will double up the fee, but it'll be the same thing again and again. All I can tell for those who come in, especially to me, and say, "Bro, I got no money to pay," I just give them this. My TNB doesn't pay. I can't pay my TNB bills with rainbows and sunshine, but anyway, it's been great, man. It's been great, and I just before I wrap things up, I just, of course, being me, I just got to get a sample of something of whatever you do, man, because I follow you on IG, I follow some of your YouTube videos and so on. Just a sample for the benefit of our people who's watching beatboxing. Just give me a sample, something that you think that might just wake people up.
Wake people up. I'm sure they're wide awake right now. I'm sure everyone is like,
when I say wide awake, is the whole concept, the art of beatboxing.
Okay, right, definitely, sure. Okay. Switch. Something like that.
Oh, my man. I am, for the very first time, I'm actually speechless, dude. I have no words to describe how I'm feeling, what's on my head right now, the stuff that I just saw you do. There's only about 30, 40 seconds. And
sorry. Was I supposed to do it longer?
No. I just needed a sample of it. But seriously, I just have to add on one more question, is like, physically, how do you prepare yourself for that, man? Do you have to work out? Do you have to, prevent from smoking, drinking, and all the other stuff? It has Something has to be there, man.
Yeah, bro. Usually I do like uh.
Masturbating?
No,
Okay,
definitely
because
not.
the hand gesture looked like that, but anyway.
Sorry, I was trying to show lifting weights, but
Oh,
it's okay.
okay.
It's all right. It's all right. Through the camera, I can't see, but
Okay.
there's some things. Okay, what what I personally do is I do not eat an hour before a show because I feel that personally when I eat, my diaphragm gets heavy, so I tend to lose my breath much faster, and that causes me to stop my beatboxing halfway to breathe, and it kind of ruins the flow sometimes when you really want to get into it. And don't have oily food. Just don't. It's a bad idea. And sometimes a warm tea with honey really helps. It does help. Gives you that smooth feeling down your throat, so you can pull
Yeah.
off sounds like all these basses beautifully. And I think that's about it.
I mean, but seriously, I'm puzzled physically how do actually people do that nonstop because it's all having to do with air and I'm not every time I get closer to the mic, I feel like I want to do a beatbox thing, but no, I'm not going to make that mistake. I'm never going to do that.
There's
Maybe
no right or wrong. You can just do it.
no, in my case, I just don't want to regret. I don't want to hate beatboxing, man. The stuff that you did and the stuff that I'm planning to do, no way, man. No way. I'm never going to do this. I'll just stick to listening and watching the entire stuff, man. All right, don't forget to catch. You can check out most of the performances that Emin has via his Instagram. It's just Emin, right? EMIN.
It's EMIN Beatbox. Emin Beatbox.
I'm in Beatbox, and he's also on Facebook. Are you on Facebook?
Yeah, I'm on Facebook as well. With the same. Wait, I think it's Emin BBX because I think Emin Beatbox was taken, so I had to choose like just EMIN and then BBX to represent
Okay.
Beatbox.
I'll try to put the link on this page to help the others out. Any particular YouTube video, any particular page with all your shows going on?
Not at the moment, but for YouTube, I'm going to be creating one soon. But I think I'll update it on my Instagram on the link of it because I'm going to plan to put some interesting stuff. Interesting stuff on it.
I'm looking forward for that. So remember, if you want to catch a glimpse of what Emin does, just head on to his Instagram page, Emin Beatbox. That's EMIN BEATBOX. Okay, I have to spell it out for them. And also it's on Facebook, which is Emin at BBX. And you can also remember if you want to call him for your shows, performances, and much, much more, he'll be more than happy to do it for a price. And please do not embarrass me by calling him for free. All right. Do not ever do that. Hey, Nav said you can come on the show, but it's all about exposure. No, don't ever do that. You might find flying shoes if that goes on, dude. No way.
From you.
Never gonna. Yes, from me personally. If anybody comes to you and say Nav says do it for exposure, you come tell me, man. You come and tell me. I'll make sure I sort that out for once and for all. I mean, thank you so much, man. I've learned a lot.
Thank you for having me.
I've discovered a lot. I never knew there's so much behind the beatboxing field. And of course, I'm looking forward to having another chat with you. We'll get on the technical side of it. That will be happening really, really soon. And for those, don't forget, for those who missed this particular podcast, you can check it out on Facebook again. And I will be up on our Spotify in a bit from now. So remember, follow Emin Beatbox. And, you want to pick up some beatboxing, you can always message him and find out how you can do that, right?
Yes,
thanks, man. You have a great day, man. Have a great weekend.
Take care.
Okay. Take care, man.